Hi, I'm Bree from UCanHatchUs, and we can bring chick hatching and rabbits to you. So this video is going to be about the chickens. I'm going to show you all the pieces of equipment that you will have received. So you'll have your poster, you'll have an incubator that will probably look like this, and your 12 eggs. You'll have the base of the brooder and the sides. You'll have a bag of sawdust, which has got dust extracted, pine shavings, and you'll also have your black box, which has all the equipment in it and the chicken food as well. And that's your full set of equipment. Now these are two examples of the incubators that you'll receive. And the very first thing that you should do when you get your equipment is to go ahead and plug in your incubator, and it should automatically turn on. So I'll just show you that the on switch is under the tape on the left-hand side of the control panel. And you just want to make sure that that comes on. So the on switch should light up when it's turned on. So plug it in, switch it on, and it should be good to go, but just make sure that the light's coming on so that the on switch is actually turned on. You shouldn't need to touch the controls for the incubator, but in case you do, I'll show you where everything is. So on the left side is the on-off switch, okay? They are always just left on, so all you should need to do is plug it in for it to turn on, but you'll know that it's on when that is lit up. Now this light here in the middle is the regulator light, okay? So whenever that comes on, that means that the incubator's heating up, and when it goes off, then the incubator's turned off and it will cool down a bit, and then it will realise that it's getting too cold and the light will come on again. So that light will flicker on and off. That's perfectly normal. On the right hand side of the control panel is the thermostat. If you did need to change it, say your incubator was a little bit cold or a little bit hot, we would just do a small movement of the dial. To the left is cooler, to the right is warmer. Just do a small adjustment and leave it for 5 minutes and then come back and check it. So it should be set to the right temperature, but occasionally things do happen and it's good to know how to make small adjustments if we need to. So there's two different types of incubators that you might receive. So probably you'll get this one, which is one of the new blue models, and it has the perspex side all around with really good viewing. Or the other model that you might get is a slightly older white model, which just has the perspex in the front there, but they both work the same. But the important thing to note is that the thermometers are in a different place. The thermometer for the blue model is in the front window, and the thermometer for the older model is in the top outside. It's actually an L-shaped thermometer for that one. Okay, so while your incubator's heating up, let's get your brooder set up. So firstly, we want a nice even space to put your brooder. So we want the base to be level and the table to be sturdy. It's okay if it hangs over a narrow table, but just so long as it hangs over evenly. So we'll get our sides and the joiners out of the fabric bag. You should have 4 sides and 4 joiners in there. Okay. We just fit the sides to where they're meant to go, and then we get our white corners and we just slide it down into the corner, and that will lock together. Get the last one. Alrighty. Okay, so these sides might be a little bit loose. So in your black box, there'll be a little lunch box and there'll be some clips in there. So you can use these bulldog clips just to strengthen it up. So we just put it on the corners, just in case someone gives it a bit of a knock, the sawdust doesn't go flying. You could also use like silver tape if you had that. I just like to use these bulldog clips because I can use them again and again and I'm not throwing anything away at the end. Okay, last one. Here we go, right. So that's the sides. Now we want to get the arm out, which goes up the back, and that will hold your heat lamp. So here we go, and we just screw it in at the back. There we go. Now I'm going to put the sawdust in. Then we just want to spread it out nice and flat, just with our hands. Now let's get the lamp set up. So we'll take our silver lamp and our globe. Now there's lots of different, well, 3 different types of globes. So you might get a black ceramic one that looks like this. You might get a white ceramic one, or you might get a red one. So they might look a little bit different depending what's in the box. So we just screw it in. And then we hook it on. And we want to wind the cord around the lamp arm, just so the cord doesn't dip down and touch the hot outside of the lamp. We just wind it around like that. And go ahead and plug that one into the power. So now I'm just going to get their water set up. We just want to put the tile out of your box into the corner there. So the tile is to stop the chickens kicking so much sawdust in their water. So as they get older, they're going to be kicking the sawdust around and it's going to go in their water, and the tile just helps to keep it a little bit cleaner. So this is their water drinker. All we do is unscrew, fill it up with water, screw it back on and tip it over, and it's a gravity feeder. That goes onto the tile. And then let's get their food tray. This one's their food tray. And this is their big tub of chick starter crumble. So this is special food for the first 6 weeks of their life, and it's ground up nice and small. So their little tiny beaks can peck at it. So we just fill that up. You'll have a little cup inside your tubs. There we go. Now over the top of this, we're going to put some netting. Now this netting is so that the chickens feel a little bit cozier, and also so that next week when their wings grow, they don't flap over the top and make a break for it. Okay. So we just get it evenly over the top. And again, in your lunch box, you'll have some pegs. I just fold the corners like I'm making a bed, like that, and peg it on. Go. And the last one. So there we go. That's your brooder setup. Okay, so now that our brooder's set up, let's come back to our incubator. And we need a couple of things from our black box. We need our laminated A4 instruction sheet. So we just put that somewhere close by to the incubator so you can refer to it. It should answer most of those quick questions that you have. And we also need our water bottle. So the water bottle is for filling up the tray of water in the bottom of the incubator, and we just keep it close to the incubator just to remind us when we see it every morning, quick, better top up that water tray. So I'll just fill it up now because we're about to put the eggs in. Now before we put our eggs in, we just want to make sure that the incubator is at the right temperature. So on the thermometer down the bottom, we just check, and we're looking for it to be between 99 to 102 degrees, and that's degrees Fahrenheit, not centigrade. Most of the hatching thermometers are all in Fahrenheit. There might be one or two that have centigrade, and for that one, it's about 37.5 to 38.5 degrees. We'll pop our eggs in. It's a little bit awkward because I'm doing it backwards, reaching back. And we just want to be nice and gentle, and you can pop them in any way so they're lying flat, and the chicks will wriggle around and get themselves into hatching position. Okay, there we go. So once we put our eggs in, we might see that the temperature fluctuates a bit, okay? Because the eggs are probably warm and the water is probably cold, okay? So you might see it shoot up a bit if the eggs are warming it up, or you might see it drop down while the incubator works to heat up that water, okay? So just give it 5 to 10 minutes and then come back and check that it's gone back to that range of 99 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And then, we can be happy that it's set up properly. And then the last thing we want to check is the vents, okay? So it will have air vents either in the side, or it might have some air vents in the top here. And we want to make sure that they're set to 1/3 open, okay? Or 2/3 closed. So if the vents are completely open, then the humidity that's inside the incubator will escape and the humidity will drop. But if they're too far closed, then there won't be enough fresh air circulating for those eggs. So we just want them 1/3 open, and they can flip around a little bit just as the heater comes on, or if there's a gust of wind or something like that. So we do just want to check them every now and again just to make sure that there's about 1/3 open. Okay, that's perfect. And we are ready to go and wait for our eggs to hatch. It's time to move some chicks over into the brooder. Now we don't need to be in a big hurry to move our chicks over after they've hatched. They can stay in the incubator for 24 to 36 hours after they hatch without any food and water. And we don't want to move them too soon, because the sounds of those chickens chirping and moving around can stimulate the chicks still inside their eggs to wake up and get hatching. So now it's time to move them. We just all at once, very gently move our chicks over. And we don't want to move one chick at a time by itself, because chickens like to have a friend. They will fret if they're on their own. Okay, there we go. Just put these babies over here. There we go. And they'll probably just mill around under the heat for a little while they figure out where's the food, where's the water, where am I? Well, thanks for watching. Please visit us at UCanHatchUs.com.au for more information, and get in touch with me if I can help.